Hello, Mr.
Hello,
Ayush.
hi.
How are
Hi, how
you?
are you? Good, good. How are you?
I'm fine as well. I think it's too cold where you are right now. Where are you? You're in the Himalayas?
Yeah, I am in the Himalayas. I am near Darjeeling.
That's so good. I think Mr. Atharv is also with you, if I'm not wrong.
He works at the same organization, yes.
Hmm. Right. Wow. How's the weather over there?
Pretty wet and damp and cold right now.
hmm What do you eat in a day in Darjeeling?
What do we eat?
Yeah.
So where we work, we generally eat our meals there only at TIEEDI Permaculture Foundation.
hmm
Uh, it's the general rice and sabzi and dal and some local vegetables, local sag. There's a
Wow.
vegetable iskus.
Kiskus.
It's yeah, we
hmm
season nahi hai. Yeah, we eat
Acha.
that also. Yeah, yeah, local spices, local flavors, but mostly rice and dal and stuff. Poha, upma, and all that. Yeah. Where are you
Wow.
based out of?
I'm based out of Ahmedabad. Currently, I'm an undergraduate student. I'm in my final sem, and we started this podcast thing, just three dorm friends, and we just thought of giving it a try before we
Uh-huh.
left for our own lives.
So you're in college right now.
Yeah, I'm in college. I'm doing my undergrad right now, and I'll be finishing off it like in a month, in 20 days.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Thank you so much. I just saw that you graduated from NIFT in 2001, 2011,
Yeah,
11.
11, 11, yeah, not that old.
या
Yeah,
तो निफ्ट
and
में कैसा था आपका निफ्ट में क्या सीन था मतलब क्या किया एनी मेमोरीज
yeah, so I did accessory design there.
हम्म
It's a 4 years bachelor's degree. Uh,
हम्म
and yeah, it was nice. It was great. I've been to Ahmedabad actually. Gandhinagar NIFT also I've been because we used to participate in these inter-NIFT competitions.
राइट
So it was great. Good times.
तो
So after
या
NIFT, I became graphic design. I pursued graphic design. I didn't pursue accessory design. So yeah, I became a
ओके
graphic designer.
सो
But good times. Good.
राइट आई मीन doing pursuing accessory design for your undergrad for your bachelor it is a very non-traditional field
Yeah.
not many students think of doing accessory design in particular right did your
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
like have a problem with it did you have a fight with them or were they okay with it do you have a background in designing
I mean, I used to be good at arts and crafts, general, artist stuff. So I gave, so NIFT has entrances, no? NIFT has an entrance exam, and you get the courses based on the rank that you get. So the top 50, top 100 rankers go to NIFT Delhi, fashion design, and there's another course that was really popular during that time was fashion communication, which was something like yeah, graphic design only. It was very new and very in demand. So I wanted to do that, but I did not get a seat in that course. So accessory design was like my second uh, favorite thing to do, and I got that seat. And Bangalore, I wanted access. So different centers in NIFT back in the day used to have different um, courses of accessory design. For example, Chennai had, I think, leather design, and I think Gandhinagar had jewelry or handicrafts or something. So Bangalore ka
right
had like bags and shoes and like watches and
mm-hmm.
accessories. So I wanted to do that, so I got that luckily.
Okay.
And back then there were only 7 centers of NIFT.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Now I think every state has one, right?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Af so what was your first job after you graduated from NIFT?
After I graduated, I joined this tiny firm which used to it used to make these jerseys and all for IPL teams. Yeah.
Wow. Visual
So
merchandise in Landmark Group.
no, so that was internship. That was internship with
Sport
Bossini.
and Beyond.
That was visual merchant. Yeah, sport and beyond. Sport
Mm-hmm.
and beyond was we used to work with KKR. So like all these IPL franchisees also have like all these design T-shirts, for fans and all. Not the original jersey. So we used to design all these merchandise for different teams. So we used to work with the Kings 11 Punjab and one jersey that I did design for the official team was is Sri Lankan Premier League team was there in which Sanat Jasuria had played.
Okay.
Ruhunu Rhinos, if I'm not wrong, some team it was called, and
Okay.
yeah, for them I had designed the official jersey as well. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah, 8 9 months I think I was with them, and then I joined
Hmm.
Zomato.
Then you joined Zomato. Wow. So ये मतलब
Yeah.
IPL teams did you get free tickets to IPL as well because of being with Sport and Beyond? No, nothing like
No,
that.
no.
No perks.
No, not for me. I think I had a friend, a colleague who used
Hmm.
to get tickets. I wasn't really interested in IPL as well, so it
Oh.
wasn't really. Yeah.
Right. And then you went on to become 5 years at Zomato. 5.5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Where were you located? You were based out of Gurugram in Zomato.
Earlier, this office was in Chhatarpur and then
Mm-hmm.
Gurgaon. Delhi first, Delhi and then Gurgaon.
वर्क कल्चर कैसा था जोमेटो का? हाउ वाज इट?
It was nice. Startup cultures are generally very intense.
Mm-hmm.
Very small team when I joined, and everyone knew everyone, and everyone did everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
ended up a lot of things. Actually, I joined the marketing team as a graphic designer, but I ended up doing a lot of operations, international expansion team, a lot of things in Zomato. So yeah,
Right.
like 5.5 years of a very varied resume.
Perfect. Do you think if you still were in Zomato, you would have gotten probably 3 or 4 steps up the hierarchy?
I mean, yeah, obviously it's I quit like almost 9 years ago. So if
Mm-hmm.
I would still be there, that would have been like my 14th year at Zomato. So yeah, probably would be doing something major. Yeah.
So
But
if
my career started like deviating towards the operation side more.
mm-hmm.
And I personally, I always enjoyed the creative side. So I
Right,
felt like I had to get back into the creative side somehow. So I had to take leave from Zomato, and then I joined the other organization where I got back into the creative field.
right. After that, you co-founded a firm. You had a short 2-year tenure at Noon as a creative and
Yeah,
design manager.
yeah, almost 3 years, like 2.5 years.
Are all these companies based out of India? Is Noon based out of India or is it a foreign
Noon is a
company?
Middle Eastern enterprise, but they had an office in Gurgaon.
Okay.
Yeah, they are like the e-commerce platform of Middle East, Saudi headquarters, but the major office was in Dubai. They were
Hmm.
like the Amazon of the Middle East.
Oh, okay. Wow. I
And
just
now,
checked
to
your
yeah,
yeah. Now क्या? बताइए बताइए.
I mean, after e-commerce, news started doing food delivery and quick commerce and everything. So it just became like an overall holistic platform, similar to what Zomato is also doing now. Now Zomato has also Blinkit, so Zomato is
Hmm.
also doing a lot of things. So Noon is also a very similar platform in the UAE and Middle
Right.
East now. Hmm.
Up coming to your trekking journey, your life in the Himalayas, which I think
Yeah.
you'd be more than happy to share with the viewers. कहाँ आपका YouTube channel भी है? It's called TMNA,
Hmm.
right?
The YouTube channel is Me Ninja,
Me Ninja.
MENNE. Yeah. TMNA was the firm I had co-founded with my climbing friend.
Okay. Is it still active,
Yeah.
or did you just wind up the business?
I mean, we just it was like an experiment of sorts that we did. The first year we were together, the me and my co-founder, and then he stepped out after the first year because he had personal issues to take care of. So he
Mm-hmm.
stepped out, and then I did it again for a year
Mm-hmm.
personally. But then I realized like there's a lot of things happening in the Himalayas, in the mountains, a lot of climate change, a lot of floods, a lot of erratic weather patterns which are happening. And also, I found it very it was high stress job physically and mentally to take people, hiking and guiding them at a very high altitude. Then
Right.
it becomes a very life and death kind of a thing. So yeah, I mean, I thought I would give that also a break, and yeah, it's currently on a hiatus as of now.
Did you make any profits out of it, or
The
was
second year was pretty decent. The first year was just barely like breaking even. Second year
Mhm.
was okayish. If I would have pursued it, maybe yeah, we could have made profits. But what I realized was that in the trekking scenario, it's a very cutthroat competition. All these bigger companies that are there right now have like massive setups everywhere, and competing with them as a small scale organization is a very difficult job. So that's
Mhm.
why I was more keen on taking people to these non-technical peaks, which are like 6,000 meter plus peaks, which are also quite intense. So I enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed climbing them myself and taking people as well. That was quite decent, but yeah, uh, my body did not cooperate much after the second season. It was quite hectic on me physically as well. So I was like, okay, let me take a break and recover, and then maybe think about it again later in the future.
Right. Uh, so now wind up कर दिया. Now you don't work anymore.
Yeah,
You just close it down.
not yeah, yeah.
Okay. Uh,
I mean, it's on a
do you still do treks? Do you get time to do treks as of now?
My last trek was in December 2024.
Oh, damn. That's
So
too far.
yeah, yeah, it is. It's been a while, but for the past 6 months, ever since I've been working with TD, I actually live in a forest on top of a mountain. So I actually hike down to work and I hike back up every day. So it is a
Okay.
tiny trek every day that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I had gone to the nearby town and I walked back. It was an hour and 15 minutes hike through the forest.
Okay.
That is how I got late for the call also because I was just rushing back through the forest trying to make it in time. It was
Mm-hmm.
just a grocery run, so even to buy groceries, I need to hike to the forest to the nearest
Wow.
town.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's not like I miss hiking too much because I have been doing that, and yeah, I've been running around. I've been starting trail running across the nearby trails. I've been exploring the forest by running, and we recently also. I haven't gone on a trek, but recently we did this trail run in Sandakfu. You know Sandakfu trek?
Nope. Can you please talk about it, Sandakfu?
Yeah, I mean this is a very popular trek in North Bengal. I think it's the highest point of Bengal, if I'm not wrong. And there was this trail run there. It's called the Buddha Trails. So actually, the co-founder I was working with, my friend, he also came for the run, and another friend also joined me for the run. So three of us went. We ran 30 kilometers in the mountains,
Wow.
and we got back like last week. Last Saturday was the run actually.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, it was fun. Mm.
Have you had any close encounter with any mountain animals or some species of snakes, whatever?
Snakes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Animals, no. Animals, I've only seen like ibex and blue sheep, which are like non. I mean, they don't really threaten humans. I haven't seen any leopards or bears or anything yet. Snakes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, snakes. I've seen one in this house where I'm sitting. A snake was
Wow.
here in the house, and last month it was outside my main door. So same snake, I believe, the one that I saw in the house. I think it was six
Okay.
months apart. Yeah, but he's still there. And yeah, I've seen snakes here and there in the mountains. I've seen like vipers and Himalayan like poisonous snakes and all, but haven't really seen any animals. Like fox and all I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
but not anything anything intense. No.
Right. Uh, do you have a GoPro or a large DSLR camera to shoot everything? What all do you have? What all
Go.
accessories do you have?
I have a GoPro. I have my phone, which is also pretty decent. iPhones are great, I feel, to shoot stuff these days.
Hmm.
And I also have a drone, which
Wow.
I do take. And yeah. So I mean, I enjoy making things as well, but I've realized you can't do everything also in life.
That's
So
true. That's true. That's true.
yeah, so I sometimes I get into this creative bubble where get down to work and I start making things, and then once I'm out of the bubble, I just don't do things for
Right, right,
months and
right.
all.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I have put up stuff on YouTube, so I enjoy doing that. I made the video of the run also. I'll be putting that up shortly.
Wow, amazing.
Mm.
Are Yetis real? People talk of Yetis in the
Yeti?
Himalayas. Yeah.
I don't think so. People
What are
don't really
Yetis?
know. I don't.
What are Yetis?
I mean, what I know about Yeti is from my old comic books only. The abominable snowman, no, the big white Yeti. But yeah, I haven't really any heard any stories. There are other stories in life, but not for Yeti per se. I think.
Hmm.
Even though there was some news, no, a couple of years ago that some Indian army personnel saw
Yeah,
Yeti
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I doubt if that is real.
Any
Yeah, could
close,
be a
a near death experience you've had? I'm sure there must be many.
no, no, not many. I mean, yeah, like maybe a couple. Just one was quite intense actually. I was climbing this peak by myself. I was alone. My friend, he was feeling sick, so he stayed at the base camp. So I went up to the summit. I was coming back. I got a bit careless, and I was also not that experienced. So I took the wrong step on the wrong wall, and I slid down this
Mm-hmm.
ice wall.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I think I slid down for like 12, 13 seconds. So if you think about it, sliding for 12, 13 seconds is a long time, right? You keep sliding. Yeah, but yeah, I was okay. I was fine, thankfully. Just a few
Mhm.
scratches here and there. And I was wearing crampons. You know crampons, right? The uh, ice picks that you
Claws.
wear on your on your shoes. No,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I was wearing those. So it
Mm.
could have been really bad because falling down with crampons on your feet and you swinging around, right? I
Yeah.
could have hurt myself. I tore my pants actually with the crampons. My pants
Okay.
were shredded, but I managed to not touch
Hurt
myself with the
yourself.
crampons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked, then I got up and I walked back to base camp.
Right. जर्नी आपका शुरू कब से हो? When did it all start? सब कुछ. This Himalayan journey, trekking journey, being with nature, everything.
So 2020, when I quit my job, the previous startup that I was working in, Noon.com, I packed my bags. And it was COVID, right? It was just after the first wave, September of 2020. And I took my motorcycle and I rode down to Goa from Delhi.
Wow.
I've also always been into motorcycling as well. Um, So I've written motorcycle blogs and I've made videos and I do photography also, motorcycling. So I did that. I wrote down, and then I spent some time in Goa. Then I rode from Goa to Pondicherry, so west coast to east coast,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was around Oroville for like 4 months, 4 5 months. There, I was introduced with the ideas of composting and growing your own food and working in a farm. There was a farm I used to work at, a very chill guy. I used to run it, this Argentinian guy. He didn't,
Okay.
yeah, he didn't really put too much pressure. And he was like, yeah, just come in the morning, work for a few hours and leave. So I used to work there. He used to give me papaya for breakfast, simple life. And and then there I was introduced with the concept of permaculture. And I had also always been interested in mountaineering. So from there, actually, I ended up signing up for the basic mountaineering course in Darjeeling, which is nearby only
Okay.
of where I am right now. And yeah, I ended up going from Bangalore to Darjeeling. I took my motorcycle as well in March 2021. I did the course in April, and during our course, the second wave hit.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Right.
What happened next?
Yeah.
Then the course was put off. Did you have to leave?
No, no, no. It wasn't put off. No, it was never put off. But yeah, there was COVID. COVID was like happening there full on, and since we were already there in the camps, so half of the course happens at the institute, Himalayan Mountaineering Institute in Darjeeling, and the rest half is up in the base camp, which is near Goichila Trek, near Yuksum in Sikkim. So we were there, and that is when the COVID thing started happening. The second wave was happening, and
Okay.
our graduation ceremony happened at the base camp only.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only time in the history of the institute that the graduation ceremony has happened at the base camp and not at the institute. And yeah, everything happened up there only, and then we came back down. We went back to the institute. Next day, everyone was asked to leave, just leave the institute and go home. And then, yeah, we all left, and I was there with my motorcycle, so I had to get my motorcycle in the train again, and then I had to take it back to Delhi in the train.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first course that I did. After that, I explored a bit of the mountains. I hiked a bit, I climbed a bit, and then the next year I did the advanced course. And yeah, during the courses, I realized that I was actually quite good at hiking and climbing and doing all of these things in the mountains. My body used to adapt well to the altitude and the cold. And I was also already into fitness. I was already running since 2018. I was also doing strength conditioning and strength training since 2019. So I was okay, physically fit. So
Okay.
2022 again advanced course, and then 2022 I met the friend who I worked with. We climbed a few peaks, and then we started our venture TMNA, the Monk Ninja Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
that happened 23. Yeah,
What do you think is the purpose of life? Like, after all this, what do you think? I mean, you had an experience over a myriad different domains, everything. You've done almost everything, right? You've been outdoors, you've been indoors, you've done corporate, you've done nature building, lived with a lot of different kinds of people. You've traveled across different states of India. What do you think now? You've done
yeah,
mountaineering, trailblazing, running, motorcycling, everything.
yeah. I mean, purpose of life. That's a very intense question. No? Purpose of life should be. I mean, what do you think is the purpose of life? What answers do you usually get from this question?
So I think it is to raise our consciousness. It is to from
Mm.
where you started, like from when you're born to when you die. I think every step you're you must be willing to improve on your consciousness and get elevate in terms of consciousness. You must refine yourself. You must be better at focus. You must be better at treating people. And at the end, I think
Yeah.
it's bhagavad prapti. Bhagavad prapti means unifying with God by your actions, by
Yeah.
servitude.
Yeah, and not just our own actions, I believe we should also serve others as well, no? So I think that is one of the major things of life, serving others and sharing your knowledge and making the life of others around you better in whatever way you can would be, I think, the purpose of life, serving your parents, serving your friends, and of course the earth around you.
Right. Right.
So that's how permaculture also comes into play. No, all these principles of permaculture. This all. So the principles of permaculture are actually a way of living. If you talk about the purpose of life, the three
Hmm.
principles of permaculture is earth care, people care, and fair share.
Okay.
So pretty self-explanatory terms, right? Earth care would be taking care of the earth, people care would be taking care of the people around you, the community, and fair share is also very important, which is sharing what you have, not hoarding stuff,
Hmm.
consuming less, and giving more.
That's
So
true. That's true.
I think this also answers the question of what is the purpose of life.
Right. Do you plan to have any kids in the future? Do you plan to get, I mean, have you thought
No,
about it?
I don't think so. I don't think
Mhm.
it's possible for me personally. I mean, because I want to do a lot of things in life, and I don't think I can manage doing those things in life with children. That was the question, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I just got myself a kitten,
Okay.
and raising a kitten by myself has been a really difficult thing. And also, like children, I feel the saying, right? You need a village to raise a child.
Wow,
It
wow, that's amazing.
takes a village to raise a child, which is very true. I feel children need to be given a lot of attention and care, which needs to be given by a lot of people, not just by the parents. And I don't want to be one of the parents who would hand over his phone to his child to distract them for a few hours while I do my
Hmm.
own thing. So if I do raise children someday somewhere, it will be 100% focused attention given to them. So that is a very difficult thing to do. Huh? A lot of people are doing it, but a lot of people are not doing it as well. So yeah, I personally don't feel I would be up for doing this in the future. Yeah.
So I presume you're not married, if I'm not wrong,
No, 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 I'm not.
right? So, I mean, students these days, young people these days can't live without a relationship, right? You must be knowing the culture. People who are 20 years old,
Mhm.
21 years old, they always want a
Mhm.
partner. Don't you, I mean, is there a feeling of loneliness? I don't think it is, but could you just throw some light on it? Like, why don't you feel the need for a spouse? Are you too much
Oh,
engrossed into yourself?
I mean, like seriously speaking, I've never really thought too much about getting married. Marriage, I feel, I mean, it's just a concept, right? You can have someone even without marrying them. You can live with someone without having going through all the uh, huge thing of marriage and whatever receptions and blah blah blah. India में वैसे भी, I mean वैसे भी like I think it's all just a big waste of money to be honest. Like I would save that money and use it for the future or buy some land, grow some vegetables. I don't know, but yeah, getting married has never been a priority for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not anti against it also. If someday somewhere something is happening, I
Shows
would
up.
happily do it. But it's never been like a number one agenda on my list कि हाँ I have to get married by XYZ date, or
Mm-hmm.
I mean if it happens it'll happen, So
That's true.
of course the need for companionship is always there. We
Mm.
are humans, we are social creatures,
Yeah.
we belong to the society. So yeah, the companionship thing is always gonna be there. But I think what I read about Gen Z lately, or whatever generation is there right now,
It's
is
the
that
opposite of what I said.
yeah, right. I think I read something that people are not getting into
I read it today
relationships, and
itself. I read this today
yeah,
too.
yeah. I read it somewhere that people are actually not doing all of that, and I think people are. I don't know. The new generation is very against these principles or something. I don't know. I don't know how it's going, but yeah, our time though people were actually dating and
Mm.
people were actually people. Yeah,
Perfect. Uh, when you went to Goa, to Oroville, and then to Northeast, right? Your entire trip, पैसे कहाँ से आए? मतलब, how did you save up for this thing?
yeah, yeah. I have
Was it
saved up
planned?
for.
Mhm.
It wasn't planned, but it just happened. But I've always saved all my life. I have
Okay.
always saved money all my life. Like from my first job itself, when I started with 20K, 25K, whatever money I was getting initially, I used to save at least 10% of it. So I have been saving money from day one of my first job. And thankfully, I have been raised by a set of parents who have always, I mean, we never really ended up splurging too much unnecessary money. I wasn't really into buying expensive stuff or running after iPhones, and I haven't really been that kind of a guy. Yeah, so I would rather save that money, or I would rather travel to different countries and do experiential stuff, spend money on that rather than on materialistic stuff. So yeah, I saved up and then I started on my own journey, and now I just do whatever I enjoy doing. And aa
Wow.
jata hai paisa. I still
Mhm.
do like freelancing gigs sometimes. I'm still a graphic designer, so either other say, we're all smart people, I feel, and when you actually need money, you end up exploring all your
Mhm.
avenues, and you end up making money, if you actually really want it.
That's true. That's true. Have you been
Mm.
out of the country any time in your life?
Yeah, yeah, a few times.
What all places have you been to?
I've been to, I think, like 19, 20 countries.
Hmm. Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
So you seem like a proper person from Yejavani who's willing to love life, who's willing to meet new people, try new food, try different cultures, wear everything, and just go everywhere. How is being outdoors uh, tuned you into a person? I mean, people who are
Mm.
always indoors, what suggestions do you have for them? कि बाहर की हवा होनी चाहिए, being with nature, sunlight लो, अच्छा खाओ, clean खाओ, everything around those lines.
Yeah, I mean, this is so much of difference, no, living in the city and just living outside the city. I would, as of now, I would not recommend anyone in India to live in any of our tier one cities that are there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I personally am from Delhi. I've lived there all my life. People keep complaining about the pollution and ये वो, Delhi का ये है वो है ये खराब है वो खराब है. But the sad reality is that it's not just Delhi. It's a lot of our cities. Most of our
Mhm.
cities, especially the tier one cities, are not worthy to live in actually. And we should all start moving out to tier two, tier three, or I don't know, somewhere in the mountains. So just life outside is just very different, but it is also very difficult. City
Mhm.
life is city life. The city people have become so I don't know, lazy, I would say, thanks to quick commerce, thanks to all
Okay.
these delivery apps, thanks to
Yeah.
all these taxi apps that सीधा घर में बैठे बैठे आपको सब मिलता है. And like I told you, I just hiked 1 hour 15 minutes to get my
Groceries.
groceries from the nearest town. So life looks very fascinating and enchanting in the forest and in the mountains, but it's also very difficult. But I feel it's just great, like I enjoy doing this. I thrive in this. Physically, I enjoy that challenge of hiking up and down every day, testing myself, testing my body. So I enjoy all that. But yeah, everyone should experience it, I think, at least once in their lives and move out of the cities and see what's outside.
Right.
Especially,
Mm.
especially if you're having children. I
Right,
don't
right,
think
right.
I don't think children should be living in the cities. I think they should be living outdoors somewhere
Hmm.
in the forest or that. Yeah.
Perfect. Out of the 19-20 countries that you visited, which is the
Hmm.
most highlighted memory of yours out of all these countries? एक country का नाम बताया और फिर उससे related tell us about the memory and the experiences you had.
I would say Spain. That was
Okay.
also actually one of my second last trips was Spain. I spent a good 20, 25 days there,
Mm-hmm.
and I hiked in the mountains. I had friends in Spain. So the best thing about the trip was that I was with friends. And
Mm-hmm.
that was mostly local friends. I
Mm-hmm.
also had an Indian friend who I met for a bit, and that was also great. But having locals with you is just another experience, right? Then you
Mm-hmm.
actually get to feel and understand everything about the place. So yeah, and I also did some really cool things. There's this pilgrimage of sorts. It's called Santiago de Compostela. It's like a pilgrimage walk, but some people do it for religious purposes. Others are mostly doing it for testing themselves or just for hiking. So I did that also. 5, 6 days of hiking with
Wow.
different people,
Mm-hmm.
making new friends. So in the end, we became like this group of 10, 15 people who used to hike together every day. And yeah, it was fun. Spain was actually quite fun, and the people and the culture and the food, everything in Spain is very, very close to what I would say India.
Okay.
Because yeah, people are very warm and friendly, and culture is very like homely, and you feel actually okay. I would say Spain and Portugal are like two countries which are like the warmest in all of Europe.
Europe. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you go to Germany versus if you go to Spain, you'll see a drastic uh, difference in everything. So Spain is just like top of my list. And I did the non-touristic part of it. So I went to the north. Everyone goes to the south. So the
Mm-hmm.
south has the beaches.
Mm-hmm.
So and people go to Barcelona and then all the south. But I went north. So almost no tourists. I don't think I saw any Indian for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just me with mostly locals, and yeah, it was a great experience, I would say.
How many possessions do you have, and which are your most uh close possessions to you? मतलब, is it like कि jewelry भी है, ये भी है, सब कुछ है, or do you have a different collection, a different accessory thing? I think you must be having a lot of things related to trekking, shoes,
Yeah. Yeah.
paddles, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of outdoor gear now. Sleeping bag, tents, all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff, rucksack. Um, Over the years, I've also given away a few things in life because I want to reduce the number of items I have on me. But
Mm-hmm.
sadly, I still have a lot. Um, but yeah, mostly in the past 5, 6 years, it's mostly my collectibles have been around adventure and outdoor gear and running and all. And apart from that, yeah, I have a car and a bike.
Okay. Wow, amazing. Is it a vintage bike and a car, or is it something, a normal car? Is it like a modern car?
No, like I have this Himalayan, the Royal Enfield Himalayan, but it's like 2016 model, the older
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
That was also primarily for motorcycle touring, which I really used to enjoy. And a couple of years ago, I got the Jimny, which is
Okay.
again, I was,
A Jeep kind of. It's like a Jeep.
yeah, yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
like a Jeep, it's a Suzuki Jeep. So I was touring the Himalayas in the car, and I've traveled to Nepal, Himachal, Ladakh. all of these places in my car. So
Mm-hmm.
I've put it to full good use already. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's those two things. And yeah, I also have a cycle. I have a bicycle as well. So
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
Uh, Talking of your own personal self, ऐसा लगता है कभी कि uh, हम यहाँ पे, if I talk about myself, oftentimes what happens is I think this guy is not good, this person did wrong to me. Do you have such feelings as well, or are you more occupied with planning and like being with nature? Do you think about people's
No, I mean,
behaviors towards you?
yes, yes, of course, it does happen often.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to, get rid of such feelings over time. I'm trying to let go. Letting go is the biggest thing that you can do for yourself and for the others also. I've done Vipassana last year. Have you
Mhm.
heard about
Yeah.
Vipassana?
Yes, I have. I have.
Yes. So I've done Vipassana and I've tried
Mhm.
meditation, different forms of meditation. All of these things literally just tell you, I mean, just teach you of letting go and, and forgiving and just, being at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so easier said than done. It's easy
Right.
to talk about things, but it's obviously really difficult to condition
That's
yourself
true. Mhm.
against what you have been raised as and what you've experienced throughout your life. So I think it's a slow process. Just the thought that there is something that needs to be worked upon, the inception of the thought that there is something that you need to work upon is the step one. So I'm happy that I have that thought in me that I need to take care of certain things in life. So I am hoping, okay, yeah, in the future it will be much better, and I will
Right.
not have these feelings the next time you
Mhm.
call me. I'll be like, nah,
Definitely.
I'm
Definitely.
just happily looking at the mountains.
हम्म। अब मैं मेरी बात करूँ तो आई टेल यू, मुझे ऐसा है कि
Mm.
आई वांट टू एक्सप्लोर, आई वांट टू लिव अ लाइफ लाइक यू फॉर probably like a good 10-15 years. I want to travel the world. I want to be with people. I want to try different food, explore, just move around. But then फिर मेरे साथ ऐसा होता है कि there's also a quest for stardom, a quest for being with the best kind of people of the world, living a very good lifestyle, the proper success what society defines like. So I'm very in a state of dilemma. Like, what is it? Is it because of my age, or how do I differentiate, or how do I decide? Because this, your lifestyle, I think, is a calling for me as well. I think I'm that kind of person as well. I'm a very outdoors person. I like traveling around and everything. So, what is your stand on that? Any advices,
I think,
suggestions?
no, I mean, there are different types of people, obviously. There is one section of people who enjoy being in the city, who love all the luxuries of life, who love
Yeah.
ma- making money and getting fancy cars and buying a new
Mm-hmm.
watch. Uh, yeah, there's, I mean, and that's totally fine, I guess, that is what some people enjoy. And then there is people like me who live out there in the forest, who wear their sandals to work, who don't really care about fancy shoes, yeah, so I think you're still very young, obviously, and you have plenty of time in life to experience all sides of life,
Mm-hmm.
and before I think going to start living a life that I do, you need to be financially stable firstly,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to be, I mean, everything in your family needs to be falling into place, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
also very lucky financially, like my parents are very self-sufficient, so I don't have to provide at home, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
have children, for instance, to take care of. So all of these things also matter, right? If I would have gotten married 10 years ago and if I had a child, then I would probably be working somewhere in Gurgaon, living the life that I'm living,
Mm,
right? Because then you have to
right,
provide for the person. So, or if my family was dependent on me financially, then I would never have taken the step and I would still be where I was.
right.
So all these things matter, and obviously you're very young, you can still have plenty of time in life to figure out what you really actually want to do.
Mm. Uh,
Yeah.
what are the a few books you would suggest people read if they want to open their eyes to the world of traveling, meeting new people, different cultures? Have you read any books which you think is, oh, this book is just amazing? I want to reread this book almost 100 times now.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite books is about running actually. You should read Born to Run. Everyone
Okay.
should read Born to Run. It's about these people from Mexico who are ultra runners. They run like 100 kilometers as a joke. And the book basically talks about how humans were actually born to run, and it's not like an activity, like an extra activity that we've made it now.
Okay.
We were supposed to be like that was a natural form of traveling, no, commuting. Before the wheel was invented, how were humans
Right.
traveling? They were running from one place to another, right? They weren't like
Right.
walking at a slow pace or सुबह की रात हो गई है पहुंचे ही नहीं है, right? They would rather be doing it in 2 hours and running across fields. No, even hunters and gatherers, you know, there are still tribes in Africa who still hunt deers on foot.
Mm-hmm.
They outrun the deer over a period of few days. So we are great
Wow.
endurance athletes. Humans are
Mm-hmm.
great endurance athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And we can actually, so we're not very pacey, but we can outrun a certain few animals over the number of few days. And that's how they hunt these animals.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a great book, and it also talks about barefoot running. It also talks about minimal living and anti-consumerism. So I really found that book to be like amazing. It just changed my mindset in a lot of things, and I don't really care much about fancy shoes anymore. And
Okay.
I have a very basic running shoe
Mm-hmm.
which I use whenever I want. And like I said,
Right.
I walk around with sandals so that my feet are generally strong. So, I mean, technically, we're actually supposed to be walking around barefoot. Humans were supposed to be walking around barefoot because
That's true.
that would make
Mm-hmm.
feet stronger. And all
Mm-hmm.
these cushioning and all these cushioned shoes actually make our feet weaker rather than stronger.
Right.
You
Right.
know. Yeah, so I enjoy doing that, and I love that book. I recommend that book to everyone. If you want to start running, if you don't want to, but just read that book. Born to Run is like one of my favorite books out there.
One last question for today, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah,
Right. Uh, what was that? Yes. How do you plan to retire? Where do you see yourself in 20 years, 25 years? What are your
right.
end
I
goals with life?
I would have a small piece of land with
Okay.
my tiny house
Mm-hmm.
and my tiny farm and animals on the farm, and
Okay.
and hopefully next to my land will be my friend's land. So it'll be like this community of sorts, who's living next to each other,
Right.
and just growing food and teaching people and just living the slow life, enjoying life, and yeah, living off the land and yeah, self-sustainable lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
basically. Yeah,
Right.
that's
Perfect. I think a lot of people in Northeast currently are living such life, if I'm not wrong. They're born with it, right?
yeah. A lot of people actually in the mountains are born with it, and a lot of people are actually stepping away from that already because this is a very hard life. And
Okay.
climate change is also, it's very difficult, no? Just if you have a cow here, you need to go to the forest and you need to cut this massive load of leaves every day to feed your
Mm.
cow. So all these things sound easy and sound doable and slow life and all, but it's actually quite hectic. So
Okay.
where I live right now in the village, most of the houses have been abandoned and most of the people have gone down to the highway, and they've opened shops and they just do cater to the tourists. Nobody really wants to do the hard work anymore because it's also really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to actually come up with different techniques and different methods of making life simpler for
Right.
these people as well and showing them how it's done, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Uh,
20 years now, I would love to teach people as well of how to make, you know, uh, how you can actually make farming a career that you can actually be proud of and not be a little bit debt, you know?
yes, yes, yes. Ending with a quote from Rudyard Kipling, which I came
Right.
across just today in the forenoon hours. So it said, beware of over concern for money, of
Uh-huh.
position, or of glory. Someday you will meet a man who cares for none of these things. Then you will know how poor you are. And I think that day is
Right.
today, most probably.
Sorry, I missed the last bit. Sorry.
It said, then you will know how poor you are.
Yeah.
So I think that day is probably today.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure you need to meet a lot more people to finally meet that person. I
Oh,
am, yeah, I'm just very, I mean, I'm just living life.
perfect, perfect.